Hello coin community, this is Apex Coins bringing you another video today about how to get better at coin grading. Now please keep in mind coin grading is subjective. One person might say a coin is in mint state condition, while another person might think it's about an AU, almost uncirculated condition. But we're just going to be going over general tips of how to get better at coin grading just by using pictures and various examples I have for you today. So starting out with the only example I have in the about the poorest condition you could get would be an 1850 seated Liberty quarter. You could almost argue it's an 1859. The fourth number is very hard to see. Now the reason it's in this is considered a fair 2 condition. This is the second lowest condition you can have on a coin. First being is a poor 1. But why this is a fair 2, as you can see, the rim is heavily worn to the coin, where almost no detail is left of the coin, especially in the back. You can barely make out the eagle, and can barely read out $quarter. Now moving on to the next condition coin, this is about an almost good coin, an AG3, if you see it in numerical terms, like on a slab or looking at a red book online. Or online. This is a 1916 first year of issue Walking Liberty half dollar. You can just make out the 1 and 6 on the coin. Now the reason this is in almost good condition is because the Liberty or the rim is very much worn into the coin. Not as heavily on that seated Liberty quarter, but you can see you can't make out the rim on United States of America on the reverse as well. Now typically you'll see these kind of coins in junk silver bins. Maybe they might pull out little better dates like this 1916. But that is considered an almost good coin. Now moving on, this is a barber quarter considered in good condition. Now the reason you finally moved up to good condition is because it's got a complete rim on the obverse, where you can make out the entire rim on the coin just by looking at it. On the reverse, you could almost argue it's in almost good condition, but the obverse is the most important part when it comes to grading most coins. I believe, I've learned that in my opinion, obverse should go before the reverse. Now moving on, this is a very good condition coin. You can start to make out more detail on the coin. You can see her eye and her lips, and you can start to see some of the leaves on her wreath. You can almost make out the LI and Liberty on her headdress as well. So I think it's a fairly accurate description of the coin I bought in the holder, kept in the original order in a VG condition. As you can see, it's also got a complete rim in the back. You can make out detail on the eagle's feathers as well. Now moving on to the fine condition. Now, when it comes to grading barber coins, the moment you can read Liberty is when it becomes a fine condition coin. Now I'm going to zoom in on that and show you right here. As you can see, you can read Liberty. Now, these coins shoot up in value heavily once you can read Liberty, because that makes it a fine coin. Sometimes the coins double or even triple in value. And this is a 19280. The person wrote extremely fine condition on the coin, but doesn't quite have enough detail for that. You might even argue this could be considered a low, very fine coin, but this is just a really nice example of a fine barber quarter. So now moving on to a very fine condition coin. Good example here would be a Walking Liberty half dollar. So you can see that still shows traces of wear, especially down the middle of the coin. You see that line of wear in the middle of the coin, but it still has a lot of detail, which would make it a lot better than good, and very fine, and better than fine. See, it still has a lot of detail in the skirt lines. See a lot of detail in her face, and in the flag she's holding. And on the reverse, you can still see a lot of feather detail in the eagle. So that's where you're starting to see about 60 to 70% of the detail in the coin. to be considered a very fine condition coin. Now moving on to extra fine. Now this is where you can see almost all the detail of the coin, except maybe on the highest parts. This is a 1923 Mercury dime. I graded an extra fine condition. You can almost make out a little bit of luster, but you can see that all the stalks are visible. And you can make out a lot of detail on her hair, on her cap, and the wing on the side of her cap. Now moving on to AU condition coins. Now this is where a big jump happens between almost uncirculated and uncirculated. This is a rather interesting example. This is an 1883 no-cent V-nickel. First year of issue. Very nice condition coin. Now I think the person I bought this from did a pretty good job grading the coin themselves. They called it an AU58. So you can see on camera that cartwheel of light playing across the coin. That is where you're seeing a lot of original mint luster still in the coin, on the obverse as well as the reverse. Now this would be considered an almost uncirculated. Now an uncirculated coin, there would be about no break in luster. And on the very highest points of the coin, you see no wear. There is a little bit of wear you can see in the coin. It's about a little bit of below on the top part of her hair. You can see it's clearly worn. Whereas in an uncirculated coin, you would see full hair detail. And this is almost uncirculated. And these you can get fairly inexpensive as well. So people save these in the hoards. So if you wanted to, I would go ahead and try to get a nice condition or nice example of a no-cent Liberty nickel. Now moving on to Mint State. This is just your very common presidential dollar. Very, very easy to get these from banks in Mint State condition. This is a Theodore Roosevelt. You see beaming luster on this coin, on the obverse and reverse. Now this is what you want to see in Mint State coins. This would be considered a very high Mint State example, but still Mint State since there's no traces of wear and no breaks in the luster. You can see the light travels equally all across the coin. And luster is fully present on the reverse as well. And I would also recommend getting you either a very nice Mega Red book with detailed photo grades of each types of series of coins. I've got it open up to the Barber Quarters, where it gives you a very nice description of how to grade these coins yourselves. And I'd also recommend going and downloading the PCGS CoinFax, I believe it's called the CoinFax app on your phone, where it's highly recommended. It gives you every single type of example of coin and gives you photo grades. Each of these coins you can actually look at on your phone. And you can see graded examples of what they look like. So you wouldn't even have to get the book, and the app's completely free. And I've studied that app for long periods of time, trying to get better at coin grading myself, and I'm still learning. See very nice examples of coins in here. And you can learn a whole lot about coin grading and prices and making the best buying decision to make your collection as best as possible. Alright guys, that's all I got for you today. Thank you again so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw today, please consider subscribing to my channel and giving the video a like. It gives my channel more exposure for me to get more subscribers and viewers and educate you all and make a name for myself in the coin community. Alright everybody, take care and happy hunting.